It's been crazy trying to set up. We had to change to the YouTube platform at the end of the day. We had to change to the YouTube platform because of the problem posed by major platforms such as Google, Google Meet. For Google Meet, if you are not on the enterprise platform, you cannot record, and we need this video recorded for the benefit of those that will be watching this later. I'm going to be very brief because it's been a crazy day setting up. Network has not been helpful so far. I had to drive down all the way down to the office. There was network. There was no network anywhere. I had to drive down back home to set up so that we can have this. We made a promise and we have to fulfill it, and that is why I had to quickly come home to set up. I tried setting up at the office, but the network was not helping matters. And since we promised to have this first training, it is only important that we fulfill our promise. It's good to be here, and if you're excited to be here, kindly post that in the comment section. Usually, I like when my trainings are very interactive. You can see the way I'm sweating. It's not a small job setting up, especially when you think you have everything planned out. It was supposed to be just a voice note or something very short, like a very short meeting, but a lot of newbies entered my DM, and then they said, "Sir, for the benefit of people like us that are just starting real estate for the first time, we need like an introduction into real estate. We need to know what real estate entails. We need to know what real estate is all about. Hence, hence the reason for this training. And it is very important that I walk everyone through. Real estate is not for a selected few. It's not a preserve for a selected few. It is a way that people can also um, meet up with the daily demands as expected, especially in the country where we are in, where nothing seems predictable anymore. A lot of stress, a lot of issues coming up with trying to survive. Everybody knows about the ongoing protests. And I hope everybody is safe, by the way. I hope everybody is safe, by the way. If you're joining, remember to like, subscribe, comment, because that's part of the reason why we chose this platform, so that we can have the video available to those that are not here. Like I said, I'm going to make this very brief, and the reason for that is not far-fetched. Network has not been predictable, and I don't want a situation whereby we will get into the groove and we'll get into the mix, and midway in between, while the class is ongoing, the network will cut us off. So if you have questions, drop them in the comment section. All questions will be attended to. And if you're just joining us, you are very welcome. So today we'll be talking on introduction to real estate and real estate terms. Normally, I don't just go into my trainings. Most times, I try to prep people that are joining my training for the first, to make them feel welcome. I try to make them feel comfortable, and most times I give them an idea of what whatever training I'm about to take, what it is about. That way they have an ample idea. But a lot of the things that I'm supposed to say before this training, there is a live video on my feed, on my Instagram feed, that covers most of the things I'm supposed to touch on, because I'm not supposed to just start talking about introduction to real estate, what real estate is, real estate. There are loads of other things involved. And I'm thinking whether I should touch on some of these things, or I think I'll just rather refer you guys, because like I said, we have limited time, and all we have to do, we have to complete it within the next 30 minutes. Within the next 30 minutes. It's going to be very difficult because most times my trainings are usually very, very comprehensive. What's the essence of doing a training or a class when people don't understand what you're saying? But some of the questions I'm going to ask those that choose real estate today is, why real estate? Why real estate? Because when a lot of mentees come to me that ask, I want to start real estate, and I try to take them through the process, and loads of times I find out that people are joining real estate for the wrong reason. A lot of people are joining real estate for the wrong reason. Some are joining real estate because they think it's all about the glam and the flashy and the posh and the enjoyment. A lot of these people don't get to see behind the scene. So the Instagram live that I did, I think I didn't just touch on this aspect of real estate. I spent more than 20 or more than 2 hours prepping people, so that you get to understand that it goes beyond the glam. It goes beyond what you see. A lot of people that you are seeing collecting incentives, cars and all of that, a lot of these people, you don't get to see their behind the scene. You don't get to see the process. You don't get to see what they go through to get to where they are. So it goes beyond just starting real estate and just delving in. You need to know why you are going. Why are you going into real estate? Are you going in to add value to people's lives? Because the number one reason you should be doing anything, and this is a secret, this secret is a secret that all the billionaires in the world will not tell you. The secret behind money making is not about the profit they tend to make. It is about the value they are providing. They sell emotions, they sell value, they sell the end product. And that is because a lot of these real people know that when you provide value, money is automatic. Somebody started Facebook so that people can network, but the owner of Facebook is a billionaire now. Somebody started Amazon because he wanted good customer service like nowhere else in the world. But the person that owns that is one of the richest men in the world. And as you know, Nike, they are not selling shoes. Nike, they are selling experience. Coca-Cola is not selling a drink, they are selling satisfaction. Every brand you see, they are not selling their product. They are selling an experience, they are selling an emotion, they are selling an end product. So I ask you once again, why real estate? Are you doing real estate for the passion? If you are doing real estate for the passion, money is automatic. And that is why we have a lot of realtors that are not doing what they are supposed to do. You see a lot of people giving half-baked services to clients because they are only after the commission. After they are done with the commission, they move on to the next one. But they forget the number one rule, that customer satisfaction should come first. If you satisfy a customer will go to any length to market you. That way you will have people working for you behind your back. I once had an experience with a client not too long ago. On her birthday, I just surprised her. I went to her office and I took a cake to her on her birthday and a gift. This gift that I'm talking about, from my own end, if we are to look at the value, it is good, but it is not the best. Because that period of her birthday coincided with the period when I had so much, let me use that word. But the mere fact that I have a reminder that reminded me of her birthday, And I went the extra mile in not just buying a cake and buying gift for her. I took it personally to her office. Before I left her office, I got nothing less than 19 clients. So you see how value works. You see how satisfaction works. You see how being passionate works. Before I left her office, she was just saying, do you have subscription form? She was the one sharing my subscription form. She was the one compelling our colleagues to buy from me. What if I didn't remember her on her birthday? So the question I need to ask you once again is, why real estate? Why are you doing real estate? If you're an entrepreneur, if you think real estate is not your thing and you can make more money from whatever you're doing, good for you. If you are doing real estate is not something you can do nonchalantly. You have to put in your all. You have to go. It's either you are going all in or you're not going in at all. You cannot do it nonchalantly. And I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, sir, why are we here? We are here to talk about introduction to real estate. Like I said, I need to prep you. I can as well just dive into the topic we are to do today. And just get it over with. But like I said, this is introduction to real estate. So I need to know your reasons for doing real estate. I was reading information from a group chat today about somebody that sold 80 acres and some people were saying one or two things, and somebody that is very apt and somebody that is incredibly smart told the person that a lot of people don't know about the process that is involved in getting to a particular stage. A lot of people want to skip the process. Everybody wants to make money, but they don't want to go through the process. You see people running ads, and you think the ads is not that ad you are seeing is loads of money. Have you tried running ads lately? Do you see how expensive it is? Yes. So for people to be running ads in millions. So when these people make good money, you need to get to an elite mentality stage where instead of being envious or hatred creeping in, you are supposed to be humble enough to clap for them until it gets to your turn, because you don't know what these people have been through before they get to the stage where they are in now, before they are being celebrated. These people put in a lot of work. A lot of these people, they outsource. While you are celebrating and enjoying your commission, a huge chunk of their commission is going to salary payments. A huge chunk of their commission is going into ads. A huge chunk of their commission is going into video editing, media, outfit, perfume, because they know it's about branding. At the end of the day, what is left is really nothing to write home about. So when you are looking at the money coming in, you should factor all that in. So if you're going into real estate at this stage, am I encouraging you to outsource, to start doing like everybody else, to start at this stage? This is the stage you're supposed to be planting. Some people are lucky, after getting into real estate, they start making money immediately. And some people are not so lucky, they don't make money immediately. Some people it takes a while. And why is that? That is because everything goes through a process. I've tackled that in my Instagram live, and I think I was very detailed with that. There are two products, an end product. There are two products, the product you are selling and the person selling the product. Like I said in that live video, I said, you yourself that are selling that product, you are a product. So you need to work on yourself. You need to make yourself an end product. By the time you have worked on yourself, you have made yourself an end product, then the product you are selling becomes attractive. Nobody wants to buy from a nobody. Nobody wants to buy from somebody that is not visible. Everybody wants to buy from somebody that they are familiar with. So you need to be visible. In real estate, you need to be loud. I was going through a series of questions with a mentee some time ago, and she was saying something like, sir, is it possible for me to operate a faceless brand? I said, madam, real estate, your face is what you're selling. It's not the product. People are buying from you. They are tying your face to the product they are buying. So if you are trying to operate a faceless product, you better go and be selling digital products. Real estate is not for you. And what are we still talking about? We are still on the why. So the product selling the product, you are the product selling whatever you are selling. If you yourself, you have not invested heavily in yourself, if you don't have a vision to do it, if there's no mission, if there's no discipline. A lot of people complain about poor sales and poor content. I don't have this, I don't have that. And for me, if you get to quiz a lot of these people, you find out that 98% of the problem is not even a problem. 98% of the problem is not a problem because these people are not disciplined enough. And like I tell people, I say, feel free to go and check my very old videos. Before some of us have money to start buying Shure microphone, this podcast microphone, or start buying gimbal, or buying drone and buying expensive gadgets, we started with what we have. And you know the lucky thing, the good thing about your own period or your own, let me use the word regime, is that you can do whatever you want with whatever you want. There's no excuse. We are supposed to have a real estate class today. We all have gone through today. I'm supposed to cancel it. I'm supposed to use the network as an excuse. I got to my office, there was no network anywhere. I tried setting up, there was no network. Imagine after setting up, putting all the lights and everything, there was no network. I had to pack all that, move that in my bag, come to my house. I had to just do a temporary setup. Now I'm not even using lights, I'm using natural light. So what's the excuse? The most important thing is, once you are disciplined enough to start, nothing should hold you back. So if you are choosing real estate, please don't come to the table. Don't. Why are you not making content? Please don't tell us because you don't have microphone. With CapCut, you can remove the entire noise. If you are not using CapCut, I can provide you other apps that you can use to remove noise in the background. Please don't come to us with an excuse that you have no light. Shoot when there's natural light. Like right now, I'm not using any light. I just had to open one of my windows. I'm using natural light and you all can see me. Please don't tell us you don't have a smartphone. And whatever phone you are using, I need you to shoot a video, send it to me. If by the time I'm done editing that video, you will doubt that it is the same video you shot. So there is no excuse at the moment. The most important thing is to show up. Nobody will buy from a nobody. You want to be celebrated. I want to be like. Put in the work like. Because it is good to admire the rewards, the incentive, the sales from such people. But are you putting in the work like such people? Do you have targets for yourself? Do you set targets? How many contents you are going to do in a day? How many things you are going to do in a day? How many whatever you are going to do in a day? On a Saturday, even aside this training, on a Saturday, I'm at work. Why? Because I did not meet my sales target for last month. Nobody is watching me. Nobody is going to beat me if I don't meet my sales target. Nobody is going to tell me, why you are home on a Saturday? Have you met your target? That is the difference. Because you need to work as if you are being monitored. You need to work like you have a boss, even if you don't have a boss. Because I don't understand why a lot of you are so comfortable despite not meeting targets. And that comes with a lot of lazy slangs like, I can't kill myself, or whoa, let me live to fight another day. Then all the things you are supposed to meet, the target you are supposed to meet, you spill it into another time. At the end of the year, you don't end up seeking all the things all the goals you've set out for yourself. So the question is, what's your daily routine like? How disciplined are you? So, like I said, why real estate? If you want to do it, it's not something you can do nonchalantly. Do you have your daily goals, your weekly goals, your hourly goal? Do you have your hourly goal, your daily goals, your weekly goals, your monthly goals, your quarterly goal, your yearly goals? When you meet your target, you reward yourself. When you don't meet your target, you go harder. It's just the way it is. You do it as if somebody is breathing down your neck, even if nobody's breathing down your neck. Somebody sold 80 acres. Awesome. Why can't you do 100 acres? So the question is, before you decide to do real estate, you need to be obsessively focused on yourself. Deafen all the noise around you. You need to be obsessively focused on yourself, because your bills won't pay themselves. Don't do things to impress. Don't do things because somebody's watching you. Nobody send anybody. Nobody send anybody. Don't do it because somebody's watching you. Do it because you are preparing yourself. It's a process. Diamond, gold, and all the precious stones you know in the world, they get forged. They go through fire. If you start real estate and you hit one big client, good for you. But you still cannot skip that process, because the lack of experience will still come back to bite you. So how much are you ready to invest in yourself? The person being celebrated, do you know how much she puts aside to invest in herself? So the question you should ask yourself is, what is your monthly budget? And if you are starting real estate, you don't have another job, then I think it is high time you still look for an alternative source of income to still support, because real estate requires money. But because of the difficulty we experience today, I won't really go into details on this. Let me just dive into why we are here. I will do another separate class on psychology of selling, and not just psychology of selling. And also, I will also do another training on prepping you for your real estate journey. So that will take a different training entirely. But a lot of people are joining this class because they want to know basic real estate terms. Say real estate, what is real estate? So the essence of this training is to start from the scratch. And like I said, I'm going to be really fast. So I need everyone to stay with me. And for those that are part of this class, remember to subscribe, like, and comment. And for those that have not joined, what am I going to do? I'm going to share the link. But this will be the only time that I will do that. This will be the only time I will do that. Subsequent training, the links won't be shared. And the reason for this, like I said, is discipline. If we agree on a training, if we agree to be part of something, it is expected that everybody makes an effort to come around, because whoever is anchoring that also probably has a thing or two to do, but he or she has to sacrifice his or her time to be available. So guys, let's dive in. So number one, what are we starting with? The world of real estate. A lot of people get overwhelmed when they just hear what's real estate? People don't have an idea. They just believe that, okay, I bring in a client, I send flyer, I tell the client about it, take the person for site inspection, and I get paid. But a lot of people don't really. If you ask, there was a time one of my people had an issue with the client, and the issue the client had with this particular person was, this client happens to be a very knowledgeable client, and unfortunately, the realtor handling that client is not knowledgeable enough. And I'm talking about basic real estate terms. The client was so frustrated that, how can you not know the meaning of excision? How can you not know the meaning of a gazette? I'm not even a realtor, and I know these things. And it all boils down to, how well are you? Like, you're studying real estate, you don't just dive in. There are trainings you need to take. You need to equip yourself Everything you need in this world is free. Don't let anybody deceive you. Pending the time you're able to pay for expensive trainings, everything you need in this world is on YouTube and Google. Everything. You just choose not to learn. The client, the person ended up losing that deal because of something as simple as that. I tried to salvage the situation, but it was too late. Just because the client just spoke real estate to the person in question and the person couldn't reply. So ladies and gentlemen, I have seen several trainings, but a lot of trainings don't get to start from the scratch. Hence the reason I choose for us to have this training today. If you're with me, this Instagram live gave me so much issue because it's been close to 2 years now that I used it last, and Instagram and updates, they're like 5 and 6. So if you're around, share this video to your friends, let them join because we're about to kick off. Let them join and let everyone learn. Why am I sounding like VDM? The way I'm saying they learn. So share this Instagram live, let people join. So guys, let's begin. Number one, a lot of people will ask you, land. You're just saying land. What is land? Some realtors believe that land is just what you are selling, just that part. A lot of people don't know that land includes both everything on that surface, that thing you are calling land, both the surface and below it. Land includes the water, the mineral resources, the trees, the mineral resources underground. Everything is land. So if you are buying a plot of land fully paid for, what you are buying, everything above and below it belongs to you. That is land. And most times I try to make my training as basic and practical enough and very simple, so that a layman, this training is majorly for newbies in real estate, so that you can understand. I won't start using big real estate words that you need to start racking your head to understand. Now, what's the difference between land and real estate? Because we just say land. Is land not real estate? No. Now, land, like I said, is the physical earth surface. That's like my own definition. Is the physical earth surface, including everything above. And when I mean above, I mean trees, I mean everything you have above it and below it. That is land. Ladies and gentlemen, what is real estate? Real estate in this context is land now with permanent human-made additions like buildings, structures. If you don't have anything on that, land is also part of it. So you see that real estate is more than just land. Do you understand? Any human-made additions. So when there are no even additions, that land is also part of real estate. So when there are no structures, when you don't have any human-made additions, all that is real estate. Land as you have it with permanent human-made additions like buildings and structures. That definition is within this context, because a lot of people used to believe that when you say real estate, you are talking about land. Real estate is much more than land. And a lot of people used to use the two words interchangeably in the wrong way. Like I said, I will make this training as simple as possible. My trainings are usually relatable, so that even if you don't really know the details or anything probably complex, you will understand. And the notes that I've taken down, I've also made it very simple, so that even when I'm reading and explaining it, you will understand. Now, land, we've talked about land, we have talked about real estate. What about real property? Some people take real property for real estate. There are two different things. Land is different from real estate, though land is a part of real estate. But what about real properties? If you're just joining, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Invite your friends that don't know about real estate, especially those that are just joining real estate. I am supposed to do a training on psychology of selling and prepping people for real estate. But like I said, crazy challenges setting up, and that is why you can see the temporary setup I had to quickly do. There was no network in my office, no thanks to MTN and the protests. So it's been a crazy day, and you can see that I look stressed too. I have to drive down and set up in my house. So the most important thing is, the essence of this training is there's no excuse. We have set a time that we have to have this training, and we are here. And I need everyone to pay attention, share, invite your friends, because everybody have a lot to learn. Now, real property. So real property is the legal ownership rights and interest associated with real estate. I repeat, the legal ownership rights and interest associated with real estate. Real property is a bit abstract. Do you understand? You can't see it, but it has to do with legal ownership rights, your right to land, and any interest you have associated with real estate. That part of real estate is called real property. Like I said, land is the physical earth surface, including everything above and below it. Real estate is land with permanent human-made additions like buildings and structures. So, land with permanent human-made additions, that is real estate. In this context, so that you understand better. If I'm to start giving you a complex meaning, that is not why we are here. I'm giving you a meaning that will make you understand, a meaning like that I can call the ABC type of training. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sure that you have seen several types of real estate, but in my own context, for people to understand, type of real estate, they comes in different categories, and it depends on the various needs. It depends on the various needs. Now, the type of real estate that I wrote here, number one, the foundation of all real estate is land. Whether it is undeveloped, whether it is vacant, that is land. Another type of real estate is residential. And this is when we are talking about housing for individuals, families, groups, cooperatives, and this can include homes, apartments, and all of that. Residential real estate. Now, when we are talking about commercial real estate, when you use land and buildings for business operations, that is commercial real estate. Please, I am making this as simple as possible. If you do not understand, drop your question in the comment section. I will attend to each and every question, but we need to run through this training before we take any question. Commercial real estate is land and buildings used for business operations. So you are talking about malls, stores, offices, all that fall within the category of commercial real estate. We also have a category called the industrial real estate, land and buildings used for industrial businesses. As simple as that. So those that are manufacturing, those that are doing warehouse, logistics, all that fall within the category of the industrial real estate. And finally, we have the agricultural. So this category of real estate is self-explanatory. Those that do use real estate for family, for ranching, and other agricultural activities. Now, let's go to real estate terms. A lot of the terms that we are going to touch, and there are so much. So I am supposed to call this Introduction to Real Estate and Real Estate Terms Part 1, because these real estate terms are so much, and I am 100% sure we cannot cover everything, but we'll try as much as we can. Even if we're able to touch maybe between 10 or 15, we will know that probably we postpone till another time. We cover the rest, we do the rest another time. But let's try and cover as much as we can, because a lot of you need to start thinking beyond the borders of Nigeria. You only feel that, why do I need to know these things, these terms? They don't use them in Nigeria. And a lot of the real estate terms that I'm going to be explaining now, some of you have never heard a lot of them because we don't use them in Nigeria. But are you not planning to expand? Are you not thinking of going global? Imagine traveling to another country and somebody speak real estate to you using one of these terms. Are you going to feign ignorance? Are you going to remain in the dark? Hence the importance, hence the reason why you need to know all these real estate terms. as a realtor, as a real estate agent, and I'm going to even tell you the difference between a real estate agent, a realtor, and a real estate brokerage. A lot of us don't know that as well. So I will try as much as I can to cover as much as I can. Please, you need to think global. You need to think beyond the shores, so that when you are out of the country and they speak some of these terms, so you can reply because you know the meaning. You won't try to change the topic or dodge. So ladies and gentlemen, let's fly. Number one on my list here is appraisal. Appraisal. A lot of you have been hearing real estate. Some of you just probably try to use your normal English knowledge to provide a meaning to that. But the real estate meaning for an appraisal is when you are trying to estimate a property's fair market value. When you are trying to estimate a property's fair market value, and usually this is usually used when doing mortgage. But when you hear the word appraisal, at least you should have an idea that, okay, when you are trying to estimate a property's fair market value, you are trying to appraise, then you understand that that is what appraisal means. Then number two, if I ask somebody today, who are you? You say, I'm a real estate agent. I'm a real estate agent. But do you know there are two types of real estate agents? If you don't know that, then you will know now. There are two types of real estate agents. There is an agent called a buyer's agent. A buyer's agent. Now, a real estate professional representing the buyer during the home buying process is called the buyer's agent. This is not usually so in Nigeria, because in Nigeria we operate what is called a dual agency. We'll get to that later. But let's take it one step at a time. So a buyer's agent is the real estate professional representing the buyer. That's one. Then number three, please, I hope you're writing. When you hear the word closing, a lot of people that sell land really don't make this their business, because they feel that, oh, I'm just comfortable selling land. But you need to mix both. So when you hear people saying closing, what does closing mean? Closing is the final meeting where ownership is transferred and documents are signed. So when you hear people selling houses and say, we're going for closing today, that's what they are talking about. Final meeting where all these people gather. The person that wants to buy, the seller, the agent, the lawyer, that meeting where all of them meet. And it is at that meeting that you see a lot of documents transferred. I'm sure you have been seeing videos of real estate professionals closing deals. You see them popping champagne, you see them signing documents. That gathering is called a closing. Now, the fourth real estate term here is the comparative market analysis. Comparative market analysis. So, like when I said we are still going to do a lot about prepping people before real estate, because this is introduction to real estate. We're supposed to prepping you and talking about things outside real estate is different from introduction to real estate. Preparing your mind, creating a perfect mindset, preparing you for what is coming. Do you understand? Because there are lots of things you're expected to do. You don't just say want to wake up in the morning and say you want to be a realtor. It looks easy on the surface until you start. Well, I'm not trying to scare you, but you should be ready to put in the work. You should be ready. The result is so sweet. Commission is sweet. But are you ready to put in the work as well? So some of the things you're expected to do. Comparative market analysis is a report comparing similar properties to determine a property value. When you're comparing two properties to determine a property's value, that report you come up with is called a CMA, comparative market analysis. It's called a CMA. So when you're in a real estate gathering and you hear people saying CMA, I'm getting a thumbs up from the background. Now, so when you hear real estate professionals saying CMA, they are talking about a report showing property market analysis, where you get to compare two similar properties in order to determine their value. That is, a CMA, comparative market analysis. Then the next one is contingencies. Please, are you writing? We need to rush. God help us. I just pray we're able to cover as much as we can. Oh, this protest is not only affecting only those outside, it's affecting those inside as well. Network terrible, and you can tell by my setup. I just have to. You say you're going to do something. You tell your people you're going to do Instagram live. You come up with all the excuses. Excuses are not acceptable. Excuses, even if you have to do it. Do it, even if you have to do it badly, but do it. That word, your word that you're going to do a training, or you are going to go on Instagram live, or you have an appointment with a client and you show up despite every barrier or every obstacle. Those are little things that makes clients hold you in high esteem. Let me tell you guys a quick story. A day before Ileya, I went to Ruby City in Ibadan for allocation against all odds, knowing that that road, there'll be traffic in Lagos, there'll be traffic in Ibadan, everywhere will be blocked. But I gave my client my word that you will get your allocation today. I will represent you. I will send a video to you. And I did. I got his documents, I went for the allocation, and I got back. Because of that singular act, my client went on LinkedIn, he did a post on integrity, and he used me as a case study. And he put in that LinkedIn post that, Williams, if you are reading this, I am buying a plot from Legacy. Legacy is another estate entirely. From Legacy, I think you sent a broadcast of that estate to me. I am buying 1 acre from you, and he did. Just because I went. So if you are planning to do real estate, this is still part of introduction to real estate. If you are planning to do real estate, please, excuses is not acceptable. Don't do it half-baked. Don't do it nonchalantly. There are loads of times that when people are looking at the wins, I intentionally post the failures. I intentionally post the barrier and the obstacles. And I tell people that it is either you do it or you leave it. You cannot decide not to do it nonchalantly. If I'm going to work on Saturdays, on Sundays, I can decide that I want to go to the cinema and enjoy myself, but I didn't meet my target. And I cite different examples. I broke my wrist like this, I broke my wrist. They put bandage on my wrist. You know when they put bandage, you cannot type with your hand. You understand? My hand was like this. And I had, what do they call this operation? This appendix. So one hand was collecting drip, the other hand was bandaged, and I was still pressing my phone. In fact, that month, no exaggeration, I made one of the biggest real estate sales in my life that month. I think God just wanted to reward my hard work that month. That month that I broke my wrist and I had appendix, and the challenge was overwhelming. Who are you going to report to? Well, self-pity for me is like the beginning of failure. Nobody send anybody. Your bills will not take a break. I was not sending video of myself to my family members or friends and say, look at the condition I'm in. Yeah, go fund me or something. Nobody send anybody. Your bills will not go on holiday. Your targets will not wait for you to recover. I had appendix, I was collecting drip, my hand was bandaged, but I was still hitting my target. In fact, I surpassed my target that month. So, these are some of the things I tell newbies when you're going into real estate. Real estate is sweet, but it's for the go-getters. If you're not a go-getter, you're thinking about the flashy, You don't want to go through a process. There's a process, there's a funnel. You just want to be like somebody that have gone through hell and back to hit a target. You just want to be like the person, but you don't want to put in the work like that person. I'm sorry, this class is not for you. Because I don't know how to do it. In fact, if you invite me to your training, I will tell any company that invites me to their training, I'll tell them that I'm always very blunt. Do you need me to open up to your staff what it takes? Because some real estate companies will only tell me that it will scare them away. They're trying to bring in new salespeople. And I'm like, I'm not the trainer for you. I don't know how to lie. If you're looking for people that will tell you that real estate will make 8 figures, yes, we make 8 figures, we make 10 figures. But I will also tell you, you put in the work. I think I lost the real estate gig because of that. They didn't get back to me. I said, yes, I'll do my training, but I'll still tell people what it takes. Because that's like deceiving them. Ladies and gentlemen, let's proceed. So the next real estate term we are going to talk about is called contingency. I just pray we're able to finish on time because everything is blinking. Contingency, ladies and gentlemen. So when you hear people use the word contingencies, we have talked about buyer's agents, closing, comparative market analysis. The next thing we are talking about is contingencies. And what are contingencies in real estate? Contingencies are conditions that must be met before a sale is finalized. Before we proceed in this sale, you need to do this. If we do this, if we do that, then we can proceed. All those things mentioned are contingencies. They are conditions that must be met before a sale is finalized. There are conditions that must be met before the sale is finalized. So I think you have that. And it's self-explanatory, right? The next thing is dual agency. While I was explaining buyer's agent, I said what we have operational in Nigeria is dual agency. It is the same person representing the buyer and the listing, the buyer and the seller. But in some other parts of the world, it is not. Or in a lot of the countries that are doing real estate, it's not usually like that. The buyer's agent is usually different from the listing agent. But in Nigeria, we use what is called a dual agency. And a dual agency is where one agent represents both the buyer and the seller, but with ethical considerations. Do you understand? With ethical considerations. And in my Instagram live, where I touched on this, I explained to people that if you are a dual agent, please don't mess up real estate for other people just coming up. Don't throw your integrity away. Your word is your bond. And please, guys, I also need you to note this down. You are working with the seller. Write it down. You are working with the seller, but you are working for the buyer. You are working with the seller, but you are working for the buyer. Now, this is how it works. The seller that is trying to sell, the developer, has thousands of people listing that same property. But you know that person that contacted you, you are working for that person to make sure the person gets the best fit. So that kind of person, you owe that person 150% maximum satisfaction. Because once you're able to get that person satisfied, then your commission is certain and you are guaranteed referral. You can upsell, you can downsell to such a person. I don't want to touch more on that because I think I have other videos that have touched that. So let's fly. Inspection. Do I need to explain inspection? Now, inspection is usually, I usually call it like a professional evaluation of a property's condition or location, or if a client is trying to find out about a particular property and all there is to know, then you go for inspection. So inspection is like our favorite slang in Nigeria. I'm going for inspection. Interest. Please, guys, are you writing? We have touched appraisal, buyer's agent. We've touched closing. We've touched CMA, which is comparative market analysis. We have talked about contingencies. We have talked about dual agency. We have talked about inspection. The next one is interest. The interest is the cost of borrowing money for a mortgage, typically expressed as a percentage. So when you hear interest is usually associated with mortgage, and it is the cost of borrowing money for a mortgage. And usually when you hear percentage, it comes with percentage. Now, listing. Yes, I'm listing my properties. Those that sell land, we're looking at those that are selling houses. What is this one talking about? Which one is listing? Which one is listing? Listing means a property advertised for sale. That's like simple explanation. So you see this on listing websites, publications, and all of that. Any property advertised for sale is called a listing. Don't let those that are selling houses just waylay you with overwhelming big words. These things are regular things you should know. Now, a listing agent is a real estate professional representing the seller. Remember, I said in Nigeria we operate a dual agency. One person representing both the buyer and the seller. But you still need to know what a listing agent is and a buyer's agent. A buyer's agent is a professional realtor representing the buyer, while the listing agent is the opposite. The listing agent is the one representing the seller during the home buying process. Whew. I hope you have subscribed, hope you have liked, and hope you are enjoying every part of this training. What else do we have? Offer. Do I need to explain offer? Okay, let me explain it. It is the initial price a buyer proposes to the seller of a property. So if a property is going for 300 million, the first offer is, okay, I am paying this person 280 million. That's an offer. Do you understand? So an offer is the initial price, the first price. And that is just that explanation is in this context. Do you understand? An offer in another context could also mean like something convincing, like a dangling carrot that can be used to convince people, to sway people to purchase a property or land. So don't limit this explanation to this context. I've explained another context to you. Now, principal is the amount borrowed to purchase a property. Paying it builds equity. So if you borrow money from a bank or anywhere, the amount borrowed to purchase a property is referred to as the principal. These are basic words. Because you don't do mortgage, because in Nigeria our way of financing real estate is a bit different, it doesn't mean you should not know the basic words they use. You shouldn't know the meaning of contingency. It doesn't mean you shouldn't know the meaning of an interest. It doesn't mean you shouldn't know the meaning of comparative market analysis, offer. All these things are basic. As a realtor, when these things are being said, you understand what they are talking about. So principal is the amount borrowed to purchase a property. Real estate agents. Now let's talk about real estate agents, real estate broker, and a realtor. Real estate agent, a realtor, and a real estate broker. Real estate broker. I'm sure a lot of us are paying attention, because a lot of times I get to correct a lot of people. Now, let's start from real estate agent. According to my notes here, I wrote down, for me to break it down, let me use the simplest way that you can understand. A real estate agent is a professional assisting buyers and sellers in real estate transaction. Usually works under a broker. So if I'm a real estate brokerage company now and I have salespeople, all of those salespeople working for that real estate brokerage company, they are real estate agents. So yeah. So people that are selling for a real estate brokerage companies, they are usually real estate agents. Now, who is a realtor? Now, a realtor, on the other hand, is a member of an existing recognized body in any given country that also performs the same function as a real estate agent, but is more independent because a realtor is not working for any company or any brokerage company. So for those of you calling yourself a realtor, are you registered? Are you recognized? Do you understand? So if you have not worked on getting recognized or working with agencies or bodies relating to real estate in Lagos or Nigeria, you should do that so that you can be referred to as a licensed real estate professional that is recognized by a body in that country. So then you can now call yourself a realtor. Then a real estate broker. A real estate broker is bigger and more, let me use the word tusha, or they have more money to spend and they have more qualifications than a realtor. So a real estate broker, on the other hand, is a licensed real estate professional with additional qualifications who can work independently or hire real estate agents. Oh, I love physical classes. If not, I would have said you guys should say dodo if you understand what I'm saying. I really need to know that I'm passing a message across. So guys, can you see the difference between the three? Let's not dwell on that. We need to fly. Now, financing in real estate. Now, let's quickly talk about real estate terms. The financing part of real estate, because you are going to hear this a lot, especially when you're not in the country. Imagine if you're a realtor in Nigeria, you now travel out, you're now trying to buy a house, and people are saying words like escrow, they're saying words like down payment, they're saying words like EMD, they're saying words like pre-approval, they're saying words like mortgage, and you are a real estate professional and you don't understand these words. It's going to look bad on you. Do you understand? Imagine you're a realtor in Nigeria. Oh, okay. So you should understand me better than your husband or your wife. And this will start speaking a lot of grammar. So I'm going to provide an escrow that will handle this. And you're like, escrow. Do you understand? So as a realtor, you should not just understand real estate. It's good. Commission is sweet. Collecting commission is sweet, but you need to know real estate. You need to speak real estate. When you are talking, you're a real estate professional and you are talking. Are you talking to a client and the client is adjusting his or her seat and paying attention? Until you are able to do that, then you can call yourself a real estate professional. But when you're talking and the client is not paying attention, the client is interrupting you because the client is just like, I know more than you in real estate. What are you saying? There's nothing you are saying that I've not heard before. Then I cannot even call you a real estate agent. You are just on the same level with the client. Alright, I'm seeing a lot of do. Nice one. So I think a lot of people are enjoying the class then. So financing in real estate, let's quickly talk about real estate terms under financing in real estate. So when you hear down payment is self-explanatory. It's still the same explanation here. Down payment is a portion of the purchase price paid up front by the buyer. Down payment, I want to buy this house. That's okay. Let me give you part of the money. Out of 200 million, let me give you 30 million. That 30 million is a down payment. Are you guys writing? A portion of the purchase price paid up front by the buyer is known as a down payment. Now, we have talked about some real estate terms. Now we are talking about real estate terms, but the financing part of real estate terms. So please, so that when you are selling a house and your developer and your buyer, they are saying some of these words, you should not look like they are trying to sell you. At the end of the day, so that you not start fighting that. You people start using the language I don't understand. You don't want to pay me my commission. No, they are not speaking a language you don't understand. It is you that don't understand real estate terms. So please try as much as possible to know these things. So that's the explanation for down payment. Now the word escrow, ESCROW, escrow. You don't get to hear that word a lot in Nigeria, but when you are seeing a lot of real estate content, American real estate content, UK real estate content, and Canadian real estate content, and a lot of you just copy some of those content, but you don't understand the words they use. So when you hear the word escrow, what does escrow mean? An escrow is a neutral third party holding money and documents until closing. Can you guys remember the meaning of closing? I said closing is the final meeting held where documents are signed and deal is sealed. That final meeting where everybody will shake hand. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the real estate professional self will come out champagne, pop. Hey, now they will not pay for the house. You shall live there. No, something. That gathering is a closing. Now, unlike Nigeria, abroad, there's somebody that holds money. That holds money for the entire party. The person that holds the money and holds all the documents. Okay, buyer. Okay, you want to buy the house? Yeah. How much? 200. Seller, have you agreed? Yeah, bring. You, what documents do you have for that house? Okay, you have a governor's consent. Yeah, bring it. The person that holds all that documents until the day of closing is known as an escrow. Escrow. Please, if you understand this simple explanation, put dodo in the comment section. Put dodo in the comment section, because I need to know you guys are with me. Dodo. Put dodo in the comment section. Correct. See my people, oh. You're welcome. Now, so the next real estate term that we don't get to use a lot in Nigeria, but you should know the meaning, so that you see, all of you, I'm thinking big for you, because I don't want you to limit yourself to Nigeria. Don't limit your knowledge to Nigeria. So the next real estate term here is earnest money deposits. Over there, you just hear them say EMD. You see a lot of real estate content and you just see EMD. They don't mention earnest money deposit. They just say EMD. The meaning of EMD means it's a good faith payment from the buyer to the seller, showing seriousness and held in escrow. So, please don't sell this house. I'm serious. I really want to buy it. Oh, you don't believe me? How much is the house? 200 million. Oh, you know what? For me to tie down this house, just for me to show seriousness, I'll give you 100 million out of the 200 million. Oh, don't worry. I'll now give you that person that owes that money is the escrow. Can you guys remember? Okay, guy, you are the escrow. Abia, hold this 100 million on my behalf, so that this seller can see that I am serious. Seller, I have given the escrow 100 million. No sell this house. So that money paid in good faith to show seriousness that that person wants to buy that property is called earnest money deposit. You see the way I my notes, so that when my ebook is out, you people must buy you. I made it so simple. I'm just reading from here and explaining to you guys in the most simplified version. If I'm to create a Bible with this, I'll call it simplified version. In the easiest possible way to understand. Earnest money deposit is a money paid in good faith to the escrow to show seriousness. Next one. Guys, let's go to pre-approval. Some of you be watching American real estate content, be hearing pre-approval. What's pre-approval? Or is these people, are they operating another type of real estate different from our own? No, they are not operating a different real estate from our own. Even if you are doing mortgage in Nigeria, you still get that word pre-approval. But mortgage is not really popular in Nigeria. That's why a lot of people don't get to hear that word pre-approval. Now, pre-approval is a lender's preliminary assessment of how much mortgage a buyer qualifies for. Do you understand? All the preliminary assessments to check, okay, does this man worth this mortgage? They will check all your financial record, they will check your credit record, all those things to see if that person is deserving. All those assessments that are done, they are called pre-approval. in Nigeria as well, there's a pre-approval stage. If you are selling a house now and somebody comes to you, I want to buy a house, I'm buying through mortgage, some of the questions you should first ask is, has the person been pre-approved? If the person have not been pre-approved, the person is just going to end up wasting your time. So the pre-approval stage is a preliminary stage before they get to. Nobody should not just come and be wasting your time and be checking houses when they are not even sure that they will be approved for that particular house he or she is going for. I hope you understand. Ladies and gentlemen, I just talked about pre-approval. I should have explained mortgage before explaining pre-approval so that you guys will understand better. Now, a loan secured by real estate used to finance the purchase of property is called mortgage. This is like the simplest way I can note this thing down. And with what I said, if you don't understand, I really don't know how to explain. Any loan you secure by real estate, you want to use it to finance the purchase of a property, is called mortgage. You go to the bank, I need money to buy a property. That is a mortgage. Is it self-explanatory? Now, you are now going for a mortgage. What will that bank now do? That bank will also do what? They will now do their own preliminary assessment. That assessment they are doing just to make sure you qualify is called pre-approval. If you are with me, type another dodo. Type dodo, 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 dodo. I think we are fast though. We have covered so much. I was thinking we are not going to be able to cover I was thinking we're only going to cover like just 10. But thank God we are on track. We're on track. Hey. So let's keep going. I think I like the pace at which we are going. If we're unable to finish, we will continue with the part 2 of this video. Let's hope by then the protest should have ended and network should be better. Because this YouTube platform, it do me strong thing, like serious strong thing. But the most important thing is you guys can hear me and you can see me, Abi. I had to go to the office, quickly get all my gadgets. I didn't remember to bring in ring light and all the lights. But there's no excuse, natural light. So those of you that I will ask you, why are you not doing real estate content? You want to sell and you are not visible. You understand? You are only sharing flyers from companies. You have never shot a video. I don't have ring light. I don't have a smartphone. I don't have microphone. I will wipe your Rimo code like this. Film. Because all those excuses are not acceptable anymore. If you don't have a smartphone, what do you have? If your phone is not iPhone 13, even if it's iPhone X, if it go inside hot sun, shoot a good video. By the time you're editing that video, nobody will believe you use your phone. Just clean the phone very well before you shoot. Then your editing will take the rest. If you don't have a microphone, go to a place that is quiet. When you're done shooting your video, when you are editing, use CapCut to remove the noise. There is no excuse. No excuse available. Guys, let's fly. So under financing for real estate terms, the last one we touch is title insurance. Title insurance. It's also not popular in Nigeria, but you still need to know it. Now, title insurance protects the buyer from ownership claims or defects not revealed in a title search. Title insurance protects the buyer, not the seller, protects the buyer from ownership claims or defects not revealed in a title search. So the title insurance is to protect the buyer from any defects or anything that is not revealed in a title search. So that's probably the court over there will indemnify that buyer that the buyer did not see this one. So for that, the person is safe. Now, property features, a lot of you have been hearing about square footage, amenities, curb appeal, comps. A lot of the things I've been mentioning now, I'm going to rush through because we have less than 5 or 10 minutes. Less than 5 or 10 minutes. But there are words you don't understand. In fact, a lot of them you have not heard them before. Now, for those that sell commercial real estate, they use this word a lot, square footage. Now, for those that are into residential or land, you might not be familiar with this word. So when you hear square footage, The meaning of square footage is the total usable floor area of a property. If somebody wants to use buy a property for office purposes, the square footage, the meaning of square footage is the total usable floor area. That area where the person can use for that purpose is known as a square footage. So let's fly. Amenities. Amenities, you should understand meaning of amenities. These are features offered by a property. So you can say community amenities, features of that community or features of a property like pools, gyms. That is meaning of amenities. We need to fly. Curb appeal. Guys, for those selling houses, some of them don't even know this word, but you get to see it in movies, real estate movies. For those of you that don't watch, I said when you're selling real estate, you need to be obsessed. Are you reading books on real estate? Are you watching movies on real estate? In real estate movies, you be hearing words like curb appeal, CURB, appeal. Curb appeal is the attractiveness of a property's exterior from the street view. I think the first time I heard it was there's this real estate movie that I watched back then. When I heard curb appeal, I had to check the dictionary meaning. Do you understand? Because I think the person was fighting another person that, no, it does not have a curb appeal. So that means the person only took pictures of the interior, but there's the exterior view of that property, a street view picture of that property, the attractiveness of a property from that street view or from the exterior view is known as a curb appeal. Real estate terms that you should note down and understand. Comps. A lot of foreign real estate content, you hear the word COMPS. Comps. After this live, I'm sure you guys will you get to see it a lot. COMPS. You hear them use. Comps is a short form for comparables. Now, this is when similar properties that are recently sold, they are used for valuation reference. Now, if you have sold like 2-3 properties in Orchard, you have sold like 2-3 properties in Ikoyi, you make reference when you're making, if you want to sell any property in that area, you're making reference to those ones you have sold. You are doing what is called comparables. You are doing comparables. You are comparing the property available with those ones, comparables. MLS. Somebody was once asked that a multiple listing service. What multiple listing service did you post your property? And this my person was confused that, sir, which one is MLS? This client think Nigeria is America. I said, no, you should understand. You should know these are real estate terms. You cannot be a realtor and not know real estate language. Speak real estate. Now, my simple definition of this is a database listing properties for sale by real estate agents. So I'm sure you know the platforms I'm talking about. Any database that is listing properties for sale, they are known as multiple listing service, MLS. So when you now start saying MLS, a lot of you be thinking America. We have multiple listing services in Nigeria. All the property pro and all of them, they are all MLS, guys. Then also when you're seeing foreign videos, you get to hear the word DOM, and some professional realtors in Nigeria, so I've seen them use the word DOM. And for those that don't know about real estate, they'll be like, what are all these ones feeling like? They're speaking a language you don't understand. You should know it. So the meaning of DOM in real estate means days on market. Days on market. That's the number of days a property has been listed for sale. How long has that property been on the market? So it is days on market. DOM, days on market. So when you hear the word DOM, or both of us, we are going to sell house now, and you see me talking to a developer, and I'm asking the developer, how long is the DOM? Know that I'm talking about days on market. Now, finally on this, I don't think we are going to be able to continue because we still need to touch the legal part. But we have spent 1 hour 15 minutes. And the plan is to make sure this video is not too long, because Like people used to say Africans or Nigerians are that lazy. Not everybody will watch the video till the end. So we are going to have part 2 of this video. So the last part of the real estate term that we are going to be covering today is open house. Open house. Open house. So for those selling land, a lot of them really don't pay attention to real estate terms, like, because they are not selling house. I have a client that will need a house and they'll be saying some of this. So you're expected to know everything, just like I said. So when you hear an open house is an event where a property is showcased to potential buyers. So you see a developer doing an open house, inviting people. So what they usually do is they have a sample unit. For example, if they have like 20 units they want to sell, they will do what? Furnish a sample unit. They will invite you bring your clients along, everybody will come, you will enjoy, you drink, DJ will play, they will take you around the house, they will tell you the features of the house. All that event is called an open house. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed every part of this training. If you have enjoyed every part of this training, enter into that comment section and type dodo. Type dodo. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. That's the essence of doing the video on this platform, because we are trying as much as possible to limit some of these things to the people in the community. The idea is for us to grow that community and make sure everybody is doing well. So probably in subsequent trainings, I'll be covering deed, I'll be covering the types of documentation, deed, excision, gazette, survey, C of O, governor's consent. I really wish I can do all that today. I'll be telling the meaning of equity, capital appreciation, rental property, the meaning of a cap rate, the meaning of cash flow, disclosure, zoning, counter offer, contingency release, closing costs. You see, say no be share something. It's a whole lot. These real estate terms are so much, but I think the good thing is we've been able to cover 70%. And also, I'll be telling you the meaning of a suspect, a prospect, a lead, and a client, because a lot of us don't know this. We usually mix them up. Ladies and gentlemen, I've enjoyed every bit of this training. And for those that didn't join, don't worry, we are going to share the link on the group chat. You can watch till the end. I enjoyed myself. I don't know about you. I'm looking forward to having this training again. It's not, I don't have to say it's not convenient, but it's necessary. And if it is necessary, it has to be done. We have said we are to meet here today. I'm not even particularly happy about the turnout, considering the volume of requests that I've gotten, people disturbing me. Sir, when are we having this training? I need this training. I'm not selling. I really need to learn and know real estate. I really need to know what I'm doing. At the end of the day, the turnout was not really encouraging. But like I said, if it is necessary, we have to do it. Those that are not here will join later. But the truth is, for those that are trying to sell real estate and the upcoming ones too, try and also encourage those that are anchoring events. That is why you see that a lot of people don't mentor anybody anymore. A lot of people don't mentor anymore. And those that still choose to mentor, their mentorship programs are expensive. Why is it expensive? They know if it is available for everybody, everybody will abuse it. So they make it as expensive as possible so that the very few that know the value of what they are coughing out to get that mentorship, they will not play with it. If they call it 3 days mentorship program, these people will attend the mentorship, because imagine you paying 500,000 or 1 million to a mentor for a 3 days program. Will you miss that training? You will not miss it. But when it is for free, you need to beg people. So towards the end of last year, I had to cancel mentorship. I had to cancel mentorship. My mentorship group was just bare. And the reason I canceled mentorship is that most times when I come up with things like this, I'm not requesting for anything in return. When I say, okay, let's have a training, let's do this, or okay, let's have a meeting, the turnout is usually terrible. And for someone like me that don't accept excuse because everybody have one reason or not, or the other not to attend or not to be there. But if they can put it on hold, then no excuse is viable. But for the first class or the first training, I'll probably just overlook this. If subsequent training is going to be like this, then I will need to stop. I will need to stop because I am very, very, very high on discipline. It's for if somebody is trying to make an impact, please help the person make an impact. It's a whole lot of sacrifice too. Help the person make an impact. Help the person make an impact so that the whole thing will be easier. Because after this training now, a lot of these same people will come to my WhatsApp. So I'm so sorry I couldn't make it. This, that. And I don't like listening to all of that because everybody is busy, everybody has something to do. Everybody, in fact, I had to cancel my plans from 12 o'clock till 4 o'clock for me to be able to do this. And I've been in my office since 12 o'clock. Network was bad. I had to bring down all my setup, come to my house, and I had to set up here. I got to my house, got my microphone and laptop charger. I drove back to the office, and at the end of the day, a lot of these people that were putting pressure on me that, sir, when are we starting? When are we starting? And we have started, a lot of them did not show up. So please, let's try and do better. When we are trying to do the best we can to win in the industry, real estate is all about discipline. It's all about discipline. And I think part of the things we are going to talk about in subsequent training is the things you should put in place so that no excuse is acceptable. A lot of us don't have an accountability partner. And I think that is a problem. You don't have an accountability partner. You don't have somebody you report to. So especially when you feel that you are your own boss, I think that is an issue. You don't have somebody you report to. But if you have an accountability partner where both of you give each other a task, that today I need to make 10 million naira in sales, and your accountability partner, both of you have agreed that if you don't make 10 million naira in sales today, you are going to give me 10,000 naira. And you know you are broke. And you know if you don't meet that 10 million naira, you are going to give free 10,000 naira to somebody. Nobody will tell you. The rate at which you pick up your phone and start calling people. That is the effect of an accountability partner. It drives you to the edge because you are going to pay a 10,000 that will pain you. It will pay you for body, It will pay you for body. Say, I just give this guy free money. That is the importance of an accountability partner. But when you are not reporting to anybody, you don't have anything to lose. Nobody is holding you. You can sleep whenever you want. You can wake whenever you want. Today is Saturday. I'm supposed to be chilling. In fact, I mean, if not for the protest, I'm even in the mood of going to the cinema with my family self. But I didn't meet my targets last month. You see, how many times have I mentioned that in this training? That's to tell you how much it is paining me. Who is going to beat me if I don't meet my targets? Who is going to punish me? Nobody will say, yeah, kneel down, raise up your hand. No. But it is the way one is wired. That way, failure is not acceptable. Doing below par is not acceptable. You need to keep showing up. Some people ask me, sir, how are you able to post like 4 content every day, or 5 content every day, or 3 content every day, when some of us are struggling to make 1 content every day? I say that's because of the way I'm wired. it is no excuse is acceptable. There is no day, nobody can say he or she has gotten to my page in a day and not see at least 1 or 2 content. Because it is an obligation. I need to tick it. I need to tick it. If I have not ticked it, I cannot carry it into another day. Now we are done talking about introduction to real estate and real estate terms. Now we are talking about some of the buts and the reasons a lot of people are not selling. I have to tick it. You want to make money from real estate, but you are not ready to put in the work or the discipline involved. And if you want to know how much time you have, you need to check your screen time, how much you use in pressing your phone. You need to check how much time you use in watching Netflix. You can watch a whole series movie for like 3 hours straight, but you cannot take 1 hour to do a course or to invest in yourself. They play. They play. Oh, well, it is what I make that I make. It is, and I ask myself, do you have your goals written? So what's your financial goal? What's your target? In a month, like the August has started, if I ask you, what's your target for August? What's your target for August? And you tell yourself 50 million naira. How do you hope to make this 50 million naira? How do you hope to make this 50 million? So I'll call my existing client, I will do this, and okay, how do you hope to do it? That's not my question. And you just say, we are hoping on God. We are praying. We are praying and we are hoping that God takes control. Even God said, I'll bless the work of your hand. If there's no work for God to bless, what will he bless now? You want to make 50 million naira in August. Where is your breakdown? 50 million naira. 50 million naira divided by 4. 50 million naira divided by 4, that's your weekly goal. Divided by 5 working days. For me, I divide it by 6 working days because Saturday is a working day. Divided by 6 working days. You can divide your own by 5 working days. 5 working days. Okay? Then you divide it by how many hours you have in a day. That way you know, so that when you decide to sit down, doing nothing, or gisting away, or watching something that will not benefit or add value to you. Something will just type, your subconscious will just tell you, Jima soon, how much have you made? How much have you made? That's what will be ringing in your ear. And you can only achieve that when you are extremely obsessive with yourself. A lot of you get swayed by other people's successes. You should have an elite mentality. You should be matured enough. Clap for them. Celebrate them. Focus on your focus. After celebrating them like this, don't be saying, God, when? People that used to say God when around me, it's like I should use my Oraimo code and wipe them. Which one is God when? Focus on your focus. How many people can sustain luck? Let's say you made a sales by luck. You made a huge sales by luck. Maybe somebody bought a sale worth 1 billion from you. I was watching a video on how money mentality works. And I think it was by Pastor Olumide Emmanuel. He said, when you have only trained your mind to be used to a certain level of money, you will not stop until you, if you make a sale of 1 billion, and let's just say your commission is 200 million, and all your life you are used to 20 million, do you know you will not stop until that money, you have spent that money up until 20 million? Because you are not preparing yourself. You are not disciplining yourself. You want to be a billionaire. You are not taking on billionaire habits. All the billionaires you are looking at, What habits do they have when they don't have money? What habits do they have that they keep doing every day? They have daily routines. Do you have a daily routine? You wake up anytime you like, you go to work anytime you like, you sleep anytime you like. They have daily routines. Even before they became wealthy, they prepared themselves for wealth. So when the money started coming in, they were not overwhelmed by it. They didn't just spend all the money they have. I know of a billionaire that even after making billions, he was still operating from a one-bedroom office. A one-bedroom office. He didn't decide that after making billion, let me get an office in Lekki Phase 1. Was still operating from a one-bedroom office until until he was able to create a structure to take a bigger office. After making a billion, the person spent like a year or 2 years in that same one-bedroom office until he moved to a bigger office. That way, he has created a structure. So when they move to a bigger office, everything just fitted seamlessly. He has prepared his mind. There's a daily routine. Sleep for 8 hours. Wake for so. Exercise for 1 hour. Drink water. Eat fruits. Call. 20 sales call every day. Non-negotiable. No matter what you do. 20 sales call. Call DMs. Call DMs in LinkedIn. Call DMs on Instagram. Because I get triggered when I hear newbies saying I'm not selling. And when I answer this, a lot of them, I find out that there was no effort. There was no effort to sell. So what did you do? I ran ads. Running ads is like breathing. You run ads. How many people around you know that you sell real estate? You want to do real estate, but you want to form posh. They play. Sell shamelessly. Should I repeat that? Sell shamelessly. Sell shamelessly. People in your church don't know you are into real estate. Your family don't know you are into real estate. Your friends don't know you are into real estate. You will not be hearing, I didn't know you are into real estate. I bought a house. The commission that is supposed to come to you, you will sit down and they will take it somewhere else. Sell shamelessly. Because the question is, who am I forming for? Who am I trying to? People that don't send me. If I go broke, will they pay the bills? Sell shamelessly. There was a time I started some very, very funny content, and somebody was saying, sir, you are close to 10 years in the industry. This kind of content that you are doing, all these effects that is making your mouth bigger, sir, it looks somehow. I said, oh, you are ashamed on my own behalf. I don't understand. You are ashamed on my own behalf. Now, that same content that that person talked about, the person is doing it now. I said, see this person, no. That is because a lot of people you are not following a lot of realtors in America. You see realtors in America that are driving Lamborghini, all in the name of content, with their expensive suit and everything. They will swim inside swimming pool. They will be, with their fine suit and everything, they will be on the floor creating content. Please, how much have I made billions of dollars that I'll be forming because I don't want somebody to you are ashamed on my behalf. I sell shamelessly. I'm a married man with 2 kids. So what am I ashamed of? What am I trying to? And it's because it is because I sell shamelessly that my clients love me. My clients will say, if Williams did not tell me, it doesn't exist. Because I don't want you to buy it. I will tell you the do's and don'ts. I will dissect that property for you. Sir, I must warn you, it does not have a C of O. It has a gazette. Gazette is an equally good title. What is the meaning of a gazette? I will explain. What's the meaning of an excision? I will explain. Oh, I am not selling. I am providing value. I am providing value. I'm not selling to you. Now you understand what you are buying. Sell shamelessly. A lot of people, I will get to their page and I'll be saying real estate entrepreneur, fashion enthusiast, shoe seller, for the best makeup. But your mind is not made up yet. You don't know what you want to do. Because people are not buying from you because of you. You are not doing content that people want to do. You are doing content that you want to do. You are doing your bio. You are creating a bio that you yourself want to read. But the secret is, the moment you start creating what people need, the moment you start making money, this moment you start becoming visible, the moment your content starts ranking. I'll tell somebody to do content for me, say, buy this property in Lekki, buy this land. I know that's if I am a client, I'll just imagine, I'll just scroll past. But imagine I'm starting a content with something like, what if this property is everything you need in a house? You will want to watch that. Okay, what if this property is everything I need? Okay, does it have a cinema? Oh, it does. Swimming pool? Oh, it does. A spacious compound? Wow. Recreation space? Gym? Oh, I think I like this property. But I've got you hooked. Even if that property is not everything you need. But you have watched my video till the end, Abi. The algorithm will pick the fact that you watched my video to the end. So if I'm running ads, you will see my ad. So before you complain about not selling, the question is, have you made optimum effort to sell? Because if I'm to start this part of the training is more intense and longer than the training part, the real estate introduction, or real estate terms. Psychology of selling. And I think we need to do a whole training on that. Because imagine, look at how many long ago I said we should end this training. But I don't enter training mode. Because the truth is, we are our own problem. Nobody will give you handouts. And on the group chat, I was very clear. I said, nobody is your competitor. Everybody is your partner. Everybody is your partner. The housing deficit in Nigeria, all of us cannot solve it. So it is possible for every realtor to make money or millions from real estate. But the blunt fact is that 10% of real estate professionals are the one making the most money from real estate. And you or somebody that is not making money, you want to sit down and beefing and be hating on them. No. They have paid their dues. They are putting in the work. These guys work like crazy. So when you now see some of them saying they are going to Dubai or Doha or all of these places to rest, these people have worked like crazy. If you want to know, just work with one of them for 1 month. You will dust your shoe and you will run. By the time you see their work ethic, you will know that, okay, these people are the real people doing real estate. Because a lot of people just nobody shares the behind the scene and the bad side. Their nightmares. So what you should be working on, I said, there are 2 products. You are selling 2 products. Yourself and the product you are selling. If this product, which is yourself, is not attractive enough, you cannot sell the other product you are selling. So this product, which is yourself, must be visible enough. As a realtor, you have to be loud. You have to be visible. A friend of mine didn't buy real estate from me, bought from somebody else. I didn't know because I didn't care. I didn't make it my business to care. The kind of obsession I have, the kind of focus I have, I'm not bothered by things like that. Yes, I know you didn't buy from me, and we have been friends for 20. Cabo, The person is not compelled to buy from you. You cannot take away people's choices. Anybody can buy from anybody. I think in Nigeria here or Africa, we are too entitled. They feel somebody have to buy from you. Nobody is compelled to buy from you. Let them buy from any. My friend bought from somebody else. And the person came back to apologize. I said, how far? He said, Willie, I get confession. I said, what's your confession? I know not how I will tell you this. I buy one small crib for Osapa, but not before your hand. I buy them for a person from a person. I say, congratulations, my guy. How far? We go celebrate. And I said, you are not bothered. I said, why will I be bothered? It's your money. Don't help people calculate their hard-earned money. Don't feel entitled. Be visible enough. But what was my takeaway from what happened? My takeaway was, I guess I was not visible enough for him to know that I was selling real estate. And that was because he was not on my WhatsApp. And this is somebody that seldom comes to Instagram or Facebook. So we lost contact for a very long time. We had to reconnect via Snap. I think he saw my Snapchat or something. He said, guy, you pay me. I said, guy, why did you go pay? You don't pass now. He was feeling bad. But what did I do? I didn't feel bad I didn't buy from me. I took it as a responsibility to make myself more visible. So what did I do? I sat down. All of my old friends, people that have lost their contact, or I still have their contact in my email or other phones, what did I do? I gathered all of the numbers. I started receiving them on my new phone. And what did I do? I sent a broadcast to all of them. Introducing myself. But some of you now start feeling bad. Boy, guy buy house, buy them for my hand. No. Learn and don't feel entitled. He didn't buy because he didn't see me. But if I'm visible enough, if I'm loud enough, if you want to be forming posh, really it's not for you. Self-shamelessly, be loud and obvious. One of my friends said, Williams, even if I never ready to buy this land, I beg, come sell land for me. I open my LinkedIn, I see you. I open my Instagram, I see you. Your Facebook, my Snapchat, my Thread, my Twitter, my YouTube. What thing happen? I say, yes, you go see me. It is called top of mind marketing. Write that down. It is called top of mind marketing. The more you see that person, the more it comes to your mind. Whenever real estate comes to your mind, it is you they are seeing everywhere that will come to their mind. It's called top of mind marketing. The guy did not buy a house for me, but I celebrated with him. I didn't take it as his fault. He didn't buy for me because he didn't know I was into real estate. So what did I do? I picked up my Gmail where I used to save all of my old numbers, my other phones that I have, some numbers. What did I do? I incorporate some of the numbers that were not on my phone, and I started receiving them. And I sent a broadcast. And immediately I sent a broadcast. If I post anything on my WhatsApp status now, the least amount of views, even if I'm having a bad day, at least I should have like between 300 to 400 views. Even if I'm having a bad day. That's because more people, that means a lot of those people can now see me. That means a lot of those people too don't have my number. Leave entitlement. Leave what other people are achieving. Somebody sold this. Wow. Awesome. Good work. God bless you. I wish you more success because they are putting the work. So what do you need to do? Keep farming. Keep farming. Then keep watering your own farm. Keep farming. Law of one thing. It's called the law of one thing. Mention one person you know that does one thing for a long time and never succeed. It's impossible. Law of one thing. The people that know how to dance, Kafi and all of them, they know how to dance. They succeeded. It's called the law of that thing you know how to do. That habit now becomes a lifestyle. I'm not able to sleep at night until I do my 2 to 3 contents every day. I have people working for me that does it too. But once I go and they have not posted, I will not say because I am Oga, I'm supposed to be calling, why have you not posted today? Why? I will. So that's why it's at this stage when you're just joining real estate, this is the stage where you're supposed to learn how to do everything. So that when you now get to the stage, because you will get to a stage whereby you will have more money but less time. Because now I am not just selling. I do a lot of trainings, I do consultation, I do all of that. I write books and all of that. So I don't have time, unlike before. But now when I outsource, there's nobody I outsource to that I don't know what they are doing. If I give somebody, I'll run my ads for me. If I'm not getting the result, I will run my ads myself. That's because at the early stage when I was not outsourcing, I was learning. If my video editor does not edit my video very well, I will do my video myself. At this stage, you should be investing heavily. Every training that you see, if it is free, do them. If it is not free, but it's affordable, we really need to talk about psychology of selling. Some of you don't even have budget. If your commission coming like this, you spend everything. The least you can do, just remove 20% for your marketing budget. 20% is not too much. 20%, just put it aside. Post your properties on Google My Business, on GG, Property Pro. Run ads. That 20%, you have something running until you make your next. In fact, it is from that running on that ads and everything you are doing that you make your next sale again. Remove 20%. Just make sure something is running. One of your ads is running, or you have it on one property listing. Or if they give you money like this, after all, it's my money. Some of you don't even put money aside for investment, for courses, you just spend everything. Now I'm a realtor, I need to look good. You don't even know how it is being calculated. It is everything they give that you spend. You don't know there should be a certain percentage. I have somebody that came to me and said, Mr. Williams, August is near. I don't know how to pay my office rent. I said, you have an office. You don't know how to pay. Have you been selling? Yes. So you don't save for your rent. So when I now did the breakdown for budgets with the person said, oh, so I've been doing it the wrong way. I said, these things, they don't teach it in a class. You have an office. Maybe your rent is 2.4 million. You divide your 2.4 million by 12. By 12, that way you know how much you have to save every month. But you feel it is my money now, my commission. You spend everything. It is only illiterates that used to do that, 2 months before rent, now shout, hey, borrow me, now start going to loan app. The discipline to deny yourself of certain things that you want. To deny yourself of certain wants and needs. Put the money you have put aside for your training, don't touch it. Even if the training is not now. 2 months ago, in fact, I nearly lost my mind. I didn't know I've already booked for like 2 trainings ahead. I went to go and pay for another training. In that same month, I had like 3 trainings. As I was finishing one, I was doing one. Then the next one I was doing, towards the end of that next one, coincided with the beginning of the next one. I wanted to go insane, but it was for my good. I was just loading my head. So that person that I say I want to be like, Grace. Be shouting Grace up and down. If Grace was a person, Grace could not run, leave Nigeria. I shout Grace. I beg, leave Grace. Grace, luck, all these things, Grace, locks, everything works hand in hand. No putting the work, they find Grace up and down. I really wish I can continue. But I think that's a training for another time. I enjoyed every bit of this training. God bless you all. I enjoyed myself. I don't know about you. I hope you guys have a good takeaway from this training. We'll continue very soon. Real estate terms, we're not done. Then we still have how to sell as a realtor. That's another training. Psychology of selling is another training entirely. So let's just get to do this every now and then. The more we do this, the better we get. And it is easy for us to grow as a unit. God bless you all. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you all. Mwah. And for all those that commented, thank you. I hope you have subscribed. I hope you have loved this video. I'm going to share the link. I'm sharing the link on the group chats now, so that those that didn't join this training too can watch. They can watch later. They can watch later. Thank you so very much. Thank you all. God bless you.